2, we are going to solve using the quadratic formula. So first things first, is this in standard form? Does it equal 0?
Wait, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So,
Shit, bro.
first things first, we have to find A, B, and C. It's because y'all wiggle them so much. A equals
6.
B equals C equals, there's no C, so it's just 0. Okay, now the first thing we have to do with the quadratic formula is we have to set it up. So we do x is equal to negative b
Plus or minus the square root of b minus 4
or b squared
squared minus 4 times a times b over 2 times a.
perfect.
Boom, got it.
We have to remember that. We have to remember it. You will not have a note card. You will not have it on the board. The formula, yes, you will not have it. All right, now, let's plug everything in. So first thing we plug in is B. So should I plug in?
Negative 15.
Yep. Plus or minus the square root of squared minus 4 times all over 2 times. All right, now, let's simplify what we can. A negative and a negative make a positive. And we have plus or minus the square root of, what is negative 15 squared?
I don't know.
Well, use your calculator. You got one in front of you. Yes. It's positive 225. Remember, anytime we square a negative, it is positive. So we have 225. Then we have negative 4 times 6, which is, then negative 24 times 0 is, so we have minus 0. All over, what is 2 times 6?
12.
So we have x is equal to 15 plus or minus the square root of, what is 225 minus 0?
25.
Divided by 12. Equals, can we take the square root of 225?
Yeah.
What is it?
25. Or 15.
15. So we have 15 plus or minus 15 divided by 12. So we have to do both cases. So we have 15 plus 15 divided by 12. What is 15 plus 15?
30.
So 30 over 12. Can I simplify that? What can be taken out of both a 30 and a 12?
15.
6. So 30 divided by 6 is? 12 divided by 6 is?
2.
So we get 5 halves for the first one. Then we have 15 minus 15 divided by 12. What is 15 minus 15?
0.
What is 0 divided by 12?
0.
So our solution is x is equal to 0, 5 over 2. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at 2 or 3, 4, I don't know, whatever. We're doing the even numbers, so I don't know. Okay, for 4, is this in standard form? No. So I have to move both of these things to the other side. So how would I go about moving 8 to the other side?
You would add.
Yeah, minus 8. How would I move negative 2x
You would add.
plus 2x? Okay? So we get x squared plus 4x plus 2x is 17 minus 8 is
9.
plus 9 equals 0. Yes, Stacy? Okay. Now we do A equals, B equals, C equals. Perfect. Now set it up. X is equal to
Negative b plus.
square root of
How do you know this one?
B squared minus. I can play the song.
No.
Please.
Play the song.
Play it.
Negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC. I don't think that's it. I don't know what it is.
I I
My
know.
favorite part is when
You're just playing this off.
so minus the square.
That is the best part.
Well, you have that.
Ah,
Yeah.
it is Pop Goes the Weasel. Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that?
She's just jealous. You knew the masterpiece that is Pop Goes the Weasel.
Shut up.
See?
Shut up.
With a negative b plus or minus the square root of negative square minus 4ac all over 2a.
What if we can't Molly, did you listen to that song last night? Is that how you know?
Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh,
Oh, there is a quadratic formula rap too. Wait.
Secret app straight A students don't want you to know about. It's called Course AI. Just snap.
Okay, ready?
Hey y'all, shut up.
Oh, they're dancing. This is wild. Oh, they're hitting the Dougie. No, stanky leg. Oh, I don't know. I'm assuming so. At this point, I'm invested. Give me a second. Ooh.
Have a seat, folks. This class is in session. Mr. Tupac, can you tell me the objective of this lesson? Students will be able to solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula and some simple calculations. The quadratic formula, yeah, we'll get to that. But first, remove those shades and that baseball cap. The quadratic formula is the tool you use when those prime quadratics have you singing this blues. First, write your quadratic and standard formula is the arrow. AX squared plus BX plus C. And we gon' solve for X using our ABCs. So get those pencils in your hands and roll. Take the square root of B squared minus 4AC. Then you add it and subtract it with the opposite of B. Take the values you get, divide them by 2A. Now you're solving the quadratic formulatic way. And if B squared minus 4AC is a value less than 0, then 2 I's you see. Like when your ABCs equals 1, 2, 3, then your solutions are not real, they're imaginary.
You know, actually, that's really great. It tells you when you have what types of solutions. That's awesome. Yeah, no, like that, they did that. All right, anyways. So, now, let's finish this problem. So, we are going to plug into the quadratic formula now. So, we have negative, 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared minus 4 times all divided by 2 times. All right, now we get negative 6 plus or minus the square root of, what is 6 squared?
36.
Then we have minus, what is negative 4 times 1?
It's negative 4.
What is negative 4 times 9?
Negative 36.
All over, Ramsey, no burping and no tooting. Basically, no forms of passing gas.
So we got negative 4 and negative 13. Where did negative 4 go?
Switch the conversation.
We multiplied negative 4 times 1 times 9.
So when negative 4 times 9 is negative 36, right? And then why we only got 36? We got negative.
Well, we do.
Added?
Yeah. Now, everybody, we get negative 6 plus or minus the square root of, what is 36 minus 36? All over 2. This is my favorite type of these questions. Yep. Because, what is the square root of 0?
0.
Does adding or subtracting 0 change anything? So we really just have negative 6 divided by 2 is equal to negative 3. We only have one solution there. So if you remember, if you had an x and y axis, that's the type of quadratic that only touches the x-axis at the vertex. That's the kind of quadratic that is. Yes, Ramsey?
Wait, I got 36 minus 40 in my square root because I added the negative 4 plus negative 36.
So you have to multiply negative 4 times 1, which is negative 4.
Negative 4.
Negative 4 times 9 is negative 36. So you have 36 minus 36. which is 0.
So we just forget about the negative 4.
No, you multiply the negative 4. All three of these things are multiplied. So you do negative 4 times 1 times 9.
Okay.
All right, now, number 6. Is that in standard form? Is that in standard form? What do I need to move? Subtract. We have too much talking happening. Please, let's quieten down. Okay, then we also have to add 12. Okay. So we get 6x squared, 17x plus 12 equals 0. We still have too many conversations happening. What is A? What is B? Or positive 17. Okay, and C is 12. Okay, so now we get x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Remember, setting it up like that first eliminates a lot of the sign errors that happen in the quadratic formula, because it just lets it go ahead and be exactly how you can type it into a calculator. Okay, so now from here, what plugs in first?
17.
Yeah, you're right. I just misread that. What plugs in next?
17.
Then
6x.
Then
12.
divided by 2 times.
6.
Now, we get negative 17 plus or minus the square root. What is 17 squared?
289.
Okay, then we have negative 4 times 6 is negative 24. What is negative 24 times 12? Negative 288. Divided by 2 times 6 is 12. So we get x is equal to negative 17 plus or minus the square root of 1 over 12. What is the square root of 1? So we get negative 17 plus or minus 1 divided by 12. Then we do both cases. What is negative 17 plus 1?
18. Negative 16.
Yep. So can we simplify negative 16 over 12? What can go into both of them?
2.
2 and 4. So 4 is bigger, so we take it out. What is negative 16 divided by 4?
Well, that's 4.
12 divided by 4 is?
3.
So we get negative 4/3. Then we're going to have negative 17 minus 1 divided by 12. So we get negative 18 over 12. What can go into both negative 18 and 12?
6.
So we're going to get negative
Negative 3 over 2.
3 over 2. So now, is 4/3 of a pizza bigger, or is 3/2 of a pizza bigger?
3/2.
So we will do negative 3/2, comma,
Wait.
Negative
3/2
4.
Normally is bigger, not negative. No.
well, it's a bigger negative number.
Still big.
The fraction is bigger, yeah. It's a bigger negative, which is a kind of weird, it's kind of like an oxymoron statement. It's a bigger negative number, but. All right, now, flip to the back. We are not going to do number 8. Because number 8 has a negative square root. We are going to look at doing those tomorrow. All right, now, for 10, is that in standard form?
No.
What do I need to do?
No, subtract 5.
So we get 10x squared minus 24 equals 0. What is A? What is B?
0.
What is C? So we get x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. And I'm going to say that every single time, so that way we remember it.
Good.
Hopefully. Okay, and I have it written up on the board really largely as long as we're using it in class. On test day, that will not be there though. Okay?
So, what if we don't remember on test day?
You make a 0.
So you're not even like gonna help us just a little bit? You say that.
I might do it so if I write the quadratic formula on your test, you make a 50.
50?
That's the highest you can make. I just cut your test in half if I have to give you the quadratic formula.
So basically better another formula.
Better know the formula. Yes.
Gosh, you're mean.
I'm not mean. I am very nice.
Well, this is the longest one yet, and you're like, gotta remember it.
Because it's important. I want it to be that so that whenever you're like 32 and like someone goes, your kid goes, what's the quadratic formula?
Nobody's gonna ask.
Then you can just spit out negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
Hopefully my kid isn't 16 when I'm 32.
Yeah, I didn't really do that math, did I? So when your kid asks when you're 50,
Oh, God. Okay, that's better.
that's better.
They'll be in my mom's.
All right, but anyways. So, but I want it to be so ingrained in your brain that someone says quadratic formula and you just spit out negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. It needs to be like
What would you
in
do
there,
if
in there.
somebody pulled out their phone and started playing the song during the test?
I would laugh and then take their test and give them a 0.
Okay.
And then take their phone to Conic.
Then we all get a 0.
I'm going to call Conic and have him search the room.
Well, then we're all keep your phone in your bag.
All right, anyways. So just don't cheat. All right, now, for 10, okay,
He's getting old.
we have negative, what?
B negative 0.
Plus or minus the square root of squared minus 4 times
Hey, I'm confused.
times.
Hey, stop right now. I got a question. Why is B 0?
Because this one does not have a plain old x term. So since we don't have a term with x, it's like saying plus 0x.
Well,
All right, now let's simplify. Shh. Okay, we have negative 0. Does that affect anything? So we have plus or minus the square root of, if you need to put a 0 there, put a 0 there if you need it. 0 squared is just 0. Okay, what is negative 4 times 10? What is negative 40 times negative 24? What?
160.
All right, now divide that by 2 times 10, which is 20. So we get x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 960 divided by 20. Now, if you type the square root of 960 into a calculator, it gives you what? A decimal, yeah. Now, if you use a slightly dumber calculator,
Like this one. 8
yep.
to the power, or not 8, and then square root 15.
So we have positive negative 8 times the square root of 15 divided by 20. Okay, now, we still have to simplify the actual fraction part, this part. We have to simplify 8 over 20. What is, can I simplify 8 over 20?
Sure, yeah. 2 over 5.
To 2 over 5. So we get 2 root 15 over 20. I am going to do something nice for this test. When you have an answer that is left with a radical in it, it's 5. That is my bad. When you have a quadratic that is left with a radical in it, I am going to let you just do positive negative 2 root 15 divided by 5.
Aren't you sweet?
I am. You just told me I'm so mean.
No.
Yes.
There's levels.
You said it was like the hardest thing we were gonna learn, but this is
I'm sorry.
Wait.
All right, now. For 12. Okay? Is 12 in quadratic formula? Or is 12 in standard form?
No.
What do I move?
4 and x squared.
How do I move 4?
Subtract 4 and add a squared.
Wait, can we do it?
Okay, now what else do I need to do?
I don't know.
Add
Write it
x
back out.
squared. It would be 2x. 3x squared. Plus 12 minus 4 equals 0.
Perfect. What is A?
A is 3.
What is B?
B is 12.
What is C?
12 is negative.
After this problem, go back to the other one.
I can do that, if you say please. So we have x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a.
Just take the test so I can fail.
I did it.
You're not going to fail,
Take the test so I
Anna.
can make a 50.
All right, now, from here, what do I plug in first?
B. 12.
Plus or minus
12.
square root of 12 squared minus 4 times
3
times
negative 4.
divided by 2 times.
3.
So we get negative 12 plus or minus the square root. What is 12 squared? I heard someone say 144.
144.
That is correct. What is negative 4 times 3?
Negative 12.
Negative 12 times negative 4
48.
divided by.
6.
So we get x is equal to negative 12 plus or minus the square root of what?
I don't know. 192.
Divided by 6. Now, can I take the square root of 192?
I don't know. You're the teacher. You tell me.
No.
What does it give you?
8 square root of 3.
It is 8 square root of what?
3.
3. Okay, divided by 6. Now, we have to simplify the fractions when possible. So is there something that is in common with 12, 8, and 6?
They're all divisible by 2.
All of them are divisible by 2. So what is negative 12 divided by 2?
Negative 6.
Plus or minus, what is 8 divisible by 2?
4.
Okay, square root of 3 divided by, what is 6 divided by 2?
3.
So our answer is x is equal to, squiggly bracket, negative 6 plus or minus 4 root 3 divided by 3.
When we have the test, can you make the boxes a little bigger?
Yes.
14 pages.
I go to the top one real quick.
It might, yeah, but it won't be that many questions, so I get it. Yes. Yes.
Go to the other one.
These
Okay.
are like the kind of questions we got in our scheme.
How did we just go from how we just go from 8 over
You made a
20 to 2 over 5?
So we just simplified this fraction. So both 8 and 20 are divisible by 4. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. 20 divided by 4 is 5.
What is the AI reading thing?
All right. So you are responsible for doing the odds. So I want you to go ahead and start working on those now.
Can I do them at my house?
What is it do?
Tomorrow.
So I can do them at my house?
I mean, I would work on them now.
Oh, I got